Go. All right. So right now we are joined by Ben Weiss, and we're just going to talk about the conference and get going. So Madonna, kick us off.
Yes, Ben, tell us what you're excited about for DroidCon.
Well, I'm super excited that DroidCon is happening like this again. I've been to this conference ever since DroidCon started in Berlin, and it's always kind of coming back home because I used to be based out of Berlin. I used to be very active within the developer community, and it's really great to see that not just the DroidCon has grown really well, but also that the community here is very active, engaged, and so many people. Well, seeing both of you for the first time at this conference is just absolutely worth coming here. So I'm really excited for that. Awesome.
Yeah, this is actually the first time we've actually met in person as well.
I've heard this is so cool.
I know, it's pretty cool.
So
I do have a follow-up question on that, and I'm wondering, how many DroidCons have you been to?
More than I can keep track of. I think I spoke at every single one that I went to.
Wow.
I spoke at the first DroidCon in Berlin, like that was the very first DroidCon, and just kept the ball rolling from there. The most fun one that I've had is probably the one where we didn't have any slides. We just had like 45 minutes of conversation about, back in the day it was about connectivity and NFC and things like that. So it was really cool, basically a impromptu live coding session that we proposed in the morning and pulled through the entire day with that. And then when the moment came for this, we just did the presentation there. I've been to different ones. I've been to Berlin, I've been to London, I've been to Italy, I've been to New York. I think those are the four. One or two may be missing, but those are the ones that I've definitely been to, some of those multiple times.
Most memorable.
And it's just always great to meet people in person, and I think it's not just the DroidCon's the one thing, but also DevFest and all the vibe of the Android developer community, and really seeing that the conferences are part of it. That's just really cool.
That's awesome. True. So what keeps you coming back? Like what's your favorite part?
That community, because that just giving back to the community, being able to share with the community, being able to listen to people, seeing friends that I've made over the years, because I think that's another thing that makes the Android development so special to me is that a lot of those people that I meet over the years, they just they become friends.
That's true.
That's just great to see that. So that makes me really, really happy, and it's like very, very deep in my heart. And we've got a lot of love for this community.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's one of my favorite parts as well. Is everyone is just so welcoming. Like anyone you talk to wants to, support and help and build the community more and more.
That is true. I do have another question, and I'm wondering, what talks are you excited for? Have you picked a couple?
Well, that I'm gonna see this time. I'm really bad at seeing talks. I'm very sorry for that. I mostly listen to the hallway track. That's my favorite track at any given conference, because most of the talks are recorded and online afterwards, which is great. During the conference, I mostly go and support colleagues and see their presentations, see what's new there. Some things, because this year I'm focusing on performance, I will be taking a look at a couple of things that are going on with performance, a couple of sessions that are happening here. Obviously, my session that will be given on performance. But mostly I'm really excited to speak with people, listen to people, see people for the first time. I just met the latest Android GD, and I introduced them he's like, oh, I can't wait to be actually officially introduced. So we just tweeted about it. So like, hey, welcome. You're like out as a GD, so that's awesome. So things like that. That's what I'm really excited about. It's all the people, because I've been watching so many YouTube videos, so many things recently, which is great. But all that content is not what I'm here for.
That's true.
Awesome. So you mentioned your talk on performance.
Yeah.
That is tomorrow. What do you hope people who go to see your talk take away from it?
I really hope that they're not just going to be hungover because it's after the party at 9 in the morning. So I hope that people will be there. That's the first thing. And I do really hope that people get more comfortable with working with performance. Don't shy away from it. That's what we've been working on, making sure that developers have a better understanding of how they can implement performance, how they can inspect what's going on, how they can improve on that, and then afterwards how they can monitor. And that's the whole cycle that we want developers to get comfortable with. And that's the whole way that we want them to do stuff with performance. And we have a new thing called baseline profiles, which basically takes a lot of the just-in-time compilation and moves it to ahead-of-time compilation, but not just on the user's device, but on the developer's machine. And we also give developers the option and the opportunity to customize these things and these paths, and that makes apps start and run a lot faster and smoother. And you can usually implement a baseline profile very quickly, within a couple of hours in most apps. We also do have a workshop on Friday for that, where we take developers through that. I think that's the most important thing that developers should do right now is improve their app speed, their app performance with that. and we've seen speed improvements of up to 30% by
Wow.
just adding a baseline profile. And that speed improvement has very clear, also not just user impact, but also clear business impact for most of the companies that we've been speaking with and all the companies that we've been working with in this.
Nice.
Awesome.
Pretty
And you
cool.
can improve more than just startup?
Yes,
performance?
absolutely. So app startup is one thing, that's a key thing that can improve, but by going through your critical user journeys, so scrolling through your list that you might have, or like going through your login screen towards like the most important things in your app, you can put all those in a baseline profile by using UI Automator, just clicking through these, scrolling through wherever you want to go, and everything you optimize will be put in that baseline profile, and within that baseline profile that you ship with your app, you can then improve all these journeys. And it's not just for app developers, but also library developers. So I had a conversation with somebody that does on-device speech recognition yesterday, and they have a couple of APIs and that are not just C++ APIs, and they have a sample that they use to exercise these, and they're going to add benchmark tests and baseline profile, and they're going to ship their library with a baseline profile. So every app that will use their library also will have the possibility to have the performance boost in there as soon as they call into these methods. And
Wow,
also,
that's
for example,
amazing.
Compose is another library
Yeah.
that ships with a baseline profile, and it improves the speed of Compose apps as well.
Amazing.
Pretty cool.
Well, definitely don't want to miss that. It sounds like a great talk.
Yeah, please come to that.
That was amazing to hear. I do have one last question on my side,
Sure.
which I want to hear because I just want to hear. Do you have any stickers from all your?
We do have stickers at our booth.
Okay.
I unfortunately did forget my personal stuff, my personal stash of stickers, but we do have some. I think we have one of those. I don't think we have these, unfortunately, at the booth, but I'm sure we have some of the Jetpack stickers, some of the Android stickers at the booth.
How about the
Awesome.
Droidcoin ones?
I'm sorry?
Do you keep the Droidcoin ones too?
Droidcoin ones.
Yeah.
I do have them somewhere in my backpack right now, but I
Nice.
don't usually put a lot of stickers on my computer other than the stuff that I'm actually actively working on. But Droidcoin gave me some stickers, and they look really cool this year.
Yes,
Awesome.
that's what I thought
Yeah,
too.
can't
That's
miss
why I
it.
wanted to say, like, people need to get those stickers.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. I mean, I'm done
Yeah.
with my
So,
questions.
yeah, thanks so much for joining us, Ben.
Thank you so much for having me. It's great talking with you in person
cool.
this time. It's
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you both.
Great.